Jai Gurudev and welcome. Today we are honored to have an insightful conversation with an expert from the Art of Living Foundation and an officer from Vedic Dhamsan San. We will explore how the ancient wisdom of His Holiness Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankar Ji and the powerful tools and techniques from both the Art of Living and Vedic practices can empower modern corporate leaders, CEOs, shareholders, and their families. Jai Gurudev, and thank you both for joining us. Jai Gurudev, and yes, thank you for having me. It's a privilege to be part of this conversation. Namaste. I look forward to sharing insights from our Vedic traditions and how they are deeply relevant to modern times. We are in a time where the business world, including CEOs, executives, and shareholders, faces immense stress and pressure. How can the tools and wisdom from the art of living and Vedic traditions help these individuals and their families? Jai Gurudev, that's a great question. Today's corporate environment is highly competitive, fast paced, and stressful. CEOs and business leaders often shoulder the responsibility of entire organizations, which leads to burnout, stress, and often a lack of work life balance. The teachings of His Holiness Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankar Ji, especially practices like Sudarshan Kriya meditation and Padma Sadhana, are designed to address this very issue. Sudarshan Kriya is a powerful breathing technique that harmonizes the body, mind, and spirit. It helps release deep rooted stress and anxiety. When corporate leaders practice this technique, they experience improved clarity of mind, enhanced decision making, and greater emotional resilience. For their families, it creates an atmosphere of peace and joy at home, as stress reduction is shared by all. I completely agree. The Vedic traditions also offer transformative tools like Sandhya Vandanam, Agni Karyam, Upanayam, and the practice of Trikal Sandhya. These practices help anchor the individuals in deeper spiritual awareness. CEOs and their families can benefit immensely by incorporating such rituals into their daily lives. For instance, Sandhya Vandanam, which is the daily practice of reciting Vedic mantras at dawn and dusk, aligns one with nature's rhythms. It is a meditative process that purifies the mind and calms the nervous system, promoting holistic well being. That sounds truly transformative. Could you elaborate on how these practices can influence leadership and innovation in companies? Absolutely. Leadership is all about clarity, vision, and the ability to inspire others. The more centered and composed a leader is, the better they can handle challenges and foster innovation. Practices like meditation and asanas or yoga postures promote physical vitality and mental agility, which are crucial for innovation. When the mind is calm and focused, creative ideas flow naturally. Programs offered by the Art of Living, such as corporate wellness programs, integrate these practices into the corporate environment. CEOs and their teams who attend these programs report significant improvements in teamwork, employee engagement, and a sense of purpose within the organization. These techniques also help eliminate internal conflicts and create a more harmonious work culture. From a Vedic perspective, rituals like Agni Karyam or fire offerings and Trikal Sandhya bring about a deep sense of devotion and humility. These practices remind us that we are part of something greater than ourselves. This attitude of humility is crucial for effective leadership. The great Vedic sages emphasize that only a leader who is grounded in higher wisdom can lead with compassion and foresight. By connecting to these ancient practices, modern leaders can tap into timeless wisdom, enhancing not only their personal growth but also the growth of their organizations. Could you share how families, especially the next generation, can benefit from these practices and how can they support the well-being of CEOs and their families? The beauty of these practices is that they are inclusive and can be done by anyone, irrespective of age. When the entire family practices techniques like Sudarshan Kriya, meditation, or even simple breathing exercises, the home becomes a sanctuary of peace. The next generation children of CEOs and business leaders also face immense pressure, whether it's academic stress or the expectations of succeeding in their parents' footsteps. Regular meditation helps children develop emotional intelligence, focus, and inner stability. The Art of Living also offers specialized courses for families where children, teenagers, and adults can all participate. For example, the Shish Yoga program includes simple yet profound yoga postures that energize the body and relax the mind. Families who practice these together build stronger bonds and enjoy greater emotional support, which in turn reflects positively on their personal and professional lives. Thank you both. Let's dive in. Today, two of the most powerful tools on the internet platforms are Twitter, now known as X, and advanced AI tools like ChatGPT. Both of these platforms wield incredible influence over global communication, decision making, and the business environment. As we know, with great power comes great responsibility. How do you think the wisdom of His Holiness Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankar Ji and tools like Sudarshan Kriya, meditation, Agni Karyam, Sandhya Vandanam, Upanayanam, and various art of living programs can help corporate leaders, including CEOs and shareholders of such powerful companies, manage their responsibilities better? Jai Gurudev, this is a very important question, especially considering the fast paced, high pressure environments that tech giants like Twitter and AI based companies like ChatGPT operate in. The sheer scale at which they influence the world puts an immense burden on their leaders. When we see what we see is that these platforms are connecting billions of people, they often create stress, conflict, and mental exhaustion for those running them. Tools like Sudarshan Kriya, meditation, and programs offered by the Art of Living bring balance, clarity, and resilience. Sudarshan Kriya, for example, is scientifically proven to lower stress, improve decision making, and enhance emotional well being. CEOs of major companies like Twitter and ChatGPT can use these practices to remain calm amidst chaos, think more clearly, and make decisions that are both effective and ethical. Take Twitter or X as an example. The leadership faces constant challenges managing global discourses, handling misinformation, and making decisions that impact free speech. Regular practice of Sudarshan Kriya can help the executives center themselves, reduce emotional reactivity, and make more thoughtful decisions that balance responsibility with innovation. I agree when we speak of CEOs or leaders at platforms like X and ChatGPT, we are speaking about individuals who carry enormous social and economic responsibilities. They must ensure that the platforms serve the world positively while managing the pressure of shareholders, users, and the broader society. Incorporating ancient Vedic practices like Sandhya Vandanam, Agni Karyam, and Upanayam can be incredibly grounding for such leaders. These rituals are not just spiritual practices, they offer discipline, mindfulness, and a deep connection to nature and the universe. For instance, Sandhya Vandanam is the practice of daily prayer at dawn, noon, and dusk. This aligns one's mind and body with the rhythm of nature and promotes a state of mental equilibrium. A CEO who begins their day with such a practice would likely approach challenges with a greater calm, detachment, and clarity. Similarly, Agni Karyam, which involves offering to the sacred fire, brings purification not only on a physical level but also on a mental and energetic level. It allows individuals to release stress and attachments that cloud their decision making process. How do these practices benefit not just the leaders but also their families and employees, given the demanding and ever changing nature of companies like X and ChatGPT? That's a key point. Often we forget that behind every powerful CEO or shareholder, there is a family and a team of employees who also experience the ripple effects of stress, decisions, and pressure. When corporate leaders practice these techniques, the positive effects naturally extend to their families and their teams. For instance, when a CEO regularly meditates or practices Sudarshan Kriya, they are not just improving their own well being, they are creating a more positive and harmonious environment at home. This helps foster better relationships with their family members, reducing tension and enhancing understanding. Moreover, when a CEO models this behavior, it trickles down into the company culture. Employees too can be encouraged to take up meditation or participate in wellness programs like the Happiness Program or corporate stress management workshops offered by the Art of Living. These programs help employees manage their stress, improve productivity, and contribute to a more collaborative, less hierarchical work environment. And this is exactly what a high stakes company like ChatGPT or Twitter needs, a team that functions with clarity and creativity under pressure. The family and community aspect is integral to Vedic traditions. Practices like Trikal Sandhya or the Upanayanam ceremony creates a sacred bond between individuals and their family members. Trikal Sandhya, for example, involves reciting prayers and mantras 3 times a day as a family or individual. This practice promotes peace in the home, instilling values of gratitude and humility. Leaders of companies like ChatGPT and X often face moral and ethical challenges, deciding what kind of content to allow, how to balance free speech and harmful narratives, or how AI should be developed responsibly. These decisions can be deeply taxing. Practices rooted in Vedic tradition and wisdom provide not just mental clarity but ethical grounding. They promote a vision where business success is aligned with social welfare and spiritual harmony. Can you share any real life examples where corporate leaders have benefited from these practices? Yes, several leaders in the tech industry, some from global companies, have been practicing Sudarshan Kriya and meditation and have shared how it transformed their leadership. While I may not name specific individuals for privacy reasons, I can tell you that executives from top tech companies, including those working in Silicon Valley, have found immense value in these practices. One particular CEO of a major global tech company reported that after practicing Sudarshan Kriya regularly, he noticed a significant drop in his stress levels and his ability to make sound decisions improved. His relationships with his employees and family members became more harmonious, and his creativity in tackling complex challenges grew. As we close, what message would you like to give to the leaders of powerful companies like Twitter or X or ChatGPT? Let me give you more context specifically related to companies like Twitter. Take a leader at Twitter or X. The platform has a monumental impact on global communication, driving political, social, and economic discourse. Every decision, whether related to policy, content, moderation, or platform updates, creates a ripple effect that influences millions. Jack Dorsey, for example, is known for his commitment to meditation. He practices vipassana, a form of mindfulness meditation. Imagine what a practice like Sudarshan Kriya, which focuses not only on mindfulness but also on breath and energy balance, could bring to such a leadership. The ability to stay calm under pressure and maintain clarity in chaotic environments is crucial. Similarly, CEOs and developers at OpenAI, the organization behind ChatGPT, deal with challenges like ethical AI development, data management, and the social responsibility of AI deployment. These leaders constantly face dilemmas about a balance between innovation and privacy, or automation and human workforce sustainability. Practices like Padma Sadhana and asanas not only improve physical well being but help leaders and employees manage mental exhaustion from such decisions. By integrating daily asana practices and meditation, leaders can boost creativity, enhance focus, and stay grounded in ethical decision making. Sudarshan Kriya, with its rhythmic breathing techniques, can specifically help these executives clear mental clutter so they can make balanced decisions that align with long term goals rather than short term gains. This becomes critical in environments where every decision has massive global implications, as is the case with Twitter or X and ChatGPT. I would like to bring in another example using Vedic practices. Let's consider Sandhya Vandanam, a Vedic ritual that harmonizes mind and nature. Executives at ChatGPT or Twitter or X who manage large teams and have to make ethical choices about user data, AI implications, or public safety can benefit from this practice by creating daily moments of reflection. For instance, implementing Trikal Sandhya, where executives pause 3 times a day to recite mantras, can offer moments of clarity. When you recite prayers during sunrise, midday, and sunset, you align yourself with nature's cycles in business leadership. This practice instills a sense of responsibility that goes beyond profit, emphasizing duty to society and the welfare of humanity. Companies like ChatGPT, which create tools that influence how millions of people access information, can deeply benefit from such practices. Imagine an executive or shareholder of Twitter or X starting the day with a sacred offering through Agni Karyam, a fire ritual meant for purification. It symbolizes burning away unnecessary stress and negative emotions. This practice can also help high powered leaders eliminate mental distractions, ensuring their decisions benefit both their companies and society at large. What do you think is the long term impact of implementing these practices in companies like Twitter X or ChatGPT, not just on the individual level, but on the company culture? The long term impact is profound when leaders of powerful platforms like Twitter, X, or ChatGPT practice these tools. They set a new standard of leadership, one that is more conscious, compassionate, and sustainable. By engaging in practices like Sudarshan Kriya, meditation, and yoga, leaders can foster a culture of mindfulness and well being throughout their organization. For example, by offering meditation programs to employees or hosting wellness workshops, companies can reduce burnout and improve employee engagement. When employees feel balanced and supported, their productivity and creativity naturally increase. This shift in the work culture also enhances teamwork, reduces conflicts, and creates an atmosphere of innovation without stress. A more mindful leadership style leads to ethical decisions, better communication, and a focus on long term sustainability. From a Vedic perspective, when companies like Twitter, X, or ChatGPT integrate these ancient practices, they align their work culture with dharma, righteous living. This helps in creating a company ethos that values not just profits but also societal well being. It ensures that the platforms and technologies being developed serve a higher purpose of uplifting humanity rather than causing division or harm. For example, rituals like Upanayanam, which traditionally marks the beginning of a spiritual journey, could be used symbolically to mark the start of an ethical transformation in these companies. When leaders and teams internalize these teachings, they are more likely to approach their work with integrity, respect for diversity, and responsibility toward the users and communities they serve. How can these companies take the first step toward integrating such practices? The first step is awareness. Leaders at Twitter, X, or ChatGPT can begin by exploring simple mindfulness practices such as starting the day with a short meditation or incorporating Sudarshan Kriya into their routine. They can encourage employees to participate in workshops and retreats that focus on stress reduction and mental well being. For instance, many corporate organizations have already integrated the happiness program offered by the Art of Living. This program combines yoga, breathing techniques, and meditation designed to equip people with tools to handle stress, build resilience, and foster better relationships. Exactly. Additionally, companies can encourage daily Vedic rituals like Trikal Sandhya or Sandhya Vandanam. These are simple but powerful rituals that help ground employees in mindfulness and reflection. A company wide initiative that promotes such practices can transform the workplace into a space of collective well being. Leaders should also consider participating in Agni Karyam or sponsoring Vedic homas or fire ceremonies that purify the atmosphere and promote positive energy in the workplace. This can create an environment that fosters creativity, ethical decision making, and harmony among employees. Thank you both for sharing such valuable insights. It's clear that the wisdom and tools from the art of living and Vedic traditions can have a powerful transformative impact on corporate leaders, their employees, and their families. Platforms like Twitter, X, and ChatGPT can benefit immensely by embracing these practices and aligning their work with a higher purpose. Jai Gurudev, thank you. It was a pleasure to be part of this meaningful conversation. Jai Gurudev, thank you both for the profound insights. Let's continue with specific examples related to Twitter, X, and ChatGPT. Can you elaborate on how these companies and their leaders could implement these practices in real life scenarios? Jai Gurudev, yes, let's start with Twitter X as a social media platform that's constantly in the spotlight. Its leaders and decision makers are frequently navigating high pressure situations. Consider the case of moderation policies, decisions about what content stays, what gets removed, or how to handle misinformation. These are not just technical choices, they have global social and political consequences. Jack Dorsey, the former CEO of Twitter, was known for his interest in mindfulness and meditation. Imagine if he or Elon Musk, who currently leads X, integrated Sudarshan Kriya into their daily routine. This powerful breathing technique helps cleanse the mind of stress and anxiety, leading to more clarity and balanced decision making. Sudarshan Kriya focuses on rhythmic breathing patterns that bring the mind, body, and emotions into harmony, creating the mental space needed for thoughtful and far-sighted leadership. For example, when facing backlash over platform policy changes or political controversies, the pressure to react immediately can be overwhelming. But with the calm that Sudarshan Kriya brings, leaders like Musk can step back, assess the situation with a clear mind, and make well-considered decisions that align with long-term company goals rather than giving into the noise of public opinion. This would result in healthier dialogue with the public, a more composed handling of crisis, and ultimately more trust from users. At the employee level, Sudarshan Kriya could be introduced as part of wellness programs. Engineers, content moderators, and social media teams at Twitter or X face stressful situations daily given the platform's influence. Offering these techniques as part of corporate well-being initiatives can help employees manage their stress, avoid burnout, and stay creative and engaged in their roles. It would lead to higher productivity and innovation without compromising mental health. That's a great point. Now let's apply this to the executives at Twitter X in a Vedic context. Consider Trikal Sandhya, a practice that invites reflection and mindfulness at three critical junctures of the day: morning, noon, and evening. Executives dealing with constant decision making about platform governance or user data privacy can use these moments of silence and reflection to ground themselves. For example, after a heated discussion on policy changes or during the stress of implementing new algorithms, practicing Trikal Sandhya allows the leader to pause and recalibrate. When the mind is calmer, there is more room for balanced decisions that serve the company, its users, and society responsibly. It can also encourage the leadership team to think more ethically and lead by example, showing employees that it's not just about the speed of decisions but their long term impact. At a larger scale, Twitter X could sponsor Vedic rituals like Agni Karyam or a monthly Upanayam ceremony. These rituals cleanse the environment of negative energies and realign the company's purpose with the higher values of Dharma. This can help executives and employees feel a sense of sacred responsibility toward the platform's influence on society. For a platform as globally influential as Twitter or X, these practices can help leaders cultivate a more inclusive, ethical, and purpose driven company culture. Now, let's talk talk about ChatGPT and its leadership, OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT, deals with cutting edge technology that directly influences how millions of people access information. Decisions about the ethical use of AI, data security, and the future of human AI interaction have far reaching consequences. The pressure on the leadership team to innovate responsibly is immense. The CEO or leadership team at ChatGPT could benefit tremendously from art of living programs like the Happiness Program or corporate stress management workshops. These programs combine meditation, breathing techniques like Sudarshan Kriya and simple yoga asanas to help individuals manage stress and enhance mental clarity. AI leaders who practice these techniques can develop a heightened sense of calm and focus, which is critical when making decisions that impact the direction of AI development globally. For example, let's say ChatGPT's leadership is in a tough spot deciding on the ethical boundaries of AI generated content. Should they restrict certain types of data or allow full creative freedom? Such decisions carry the weight of global consequences, including user trust and privacy concerns. Leaders who meditate and practice Sudarshan Kriya will have the mental clarity to navigate these gray areas with wisdom and foresight. Their decisions are more likely to consider the long term implications for society, innovation, and ethical AI use. Additionally, offering these programs to the broader team would create a culture where creativity thrives but not at the expense of well being. Engineers, product managers, and data scientists working on ChatGPT can stay focused and engaged without falling prey to the burnout that often accompanies high pressure innovation environments. This can lead to a more sustainable pace of innovation and higher job satisfaction across the company. Exactly, let's take this further by ChatGPT. For the leaders making these ethical decisions, they can draw from Vedic traditions like Upanayana and Agnikarya to center themselves and align their purpose with Dharma. The Upanayana ceremony is more than just a ritual, it marks the beginning of a person's spiritual and ethical responsibilities. Leaders of ChatGPT, when guided by such practices, will naturally approach AI development with a deeper sense of purpose, considering the well being of the user community. For instance, before making decisions on user data privacy, leaders could perform a simple Agni Karyam fire ritual where they offer prayers for clarity and strength to make ethical decisions. By integrating these Vedic rituals into their leadership practices, they reaffirm their commitment to the welfare of society. This shift in mindset can lead to decisions that prioritize long term benefits for users over short term financial gains. In a broader sense, companies like ChatGPT can integrate these practices into their corporate culture by encouraging leaders and employees to practice Trikal Sandhya, setting aside time each day for reflection. This can create a culture where ethical innovation is valued and where AI is developed with a focus on positive societal impact, keeping humanity's welfare at the center of technological progress. Thank you for these specific examples. It's clear that the practices of the art of living and Vedic wisdom can be transformative for high impact companies like Twitter X and ChatGPT. Integrating these tools into the leadership and employee culture could help these companies navigate their challenges with greater clarity, purpose, and ethical grounding. Let's continue exploring how the wisdom of His Holiness Gurudev Sri Sri Ravi Shankarji and Vedic practices could support companies like Twitter X and ChatGPT at a more granular level. Can you both provide specific examples of how these tools can be applied in different business scenarios for these companies? Yes, let's start with Twitter X again. Imagine a scenario where Twitter X is dealing with a massive public relations crisis, perhaps due to a controversial content moderation decision that has sparked global debate. The leadership team would be under immense stress to respond quickly and carefully, managing both the internal team and the external backlash from users, governments, and media outlets. In such situations, the regular practice of Sudarshan Kriya or Padma Sadhana can help the leadership maintain emotional balance and mental clarity. Instead of reacting impulsively to criticism or pressure, these practices will allow them to remain calm, detached, and thoughtful. For instance, Elon Musk, who is known for his hands on leadership, can use the calm derived from these techniques to make more measured and strategic decisions under pressure, avoiding unnecessary conflicts or PR mishaps. Incorporating asanas into the daily routine of the Twitter X staff can also promote physical well being and mental relaxation. Engineers and developers working on high stress projects such as platform algorithms or security protocols would benefit from periodic yoga breaks, Simple stretches and breathing techniques like Bhastrika Pranayama or three-stage pranayama can help re-energize and prevent burnout and enhance productivity. Furthermore, the Art of Living corporate Apex programs could introduce structured sessions for the employees aimed at reducing workplace anxiety. For example, during a large-scale project launch or a platform update, employees could practice daily Sudarshan Kriya sessions in groups to create a collective sense of calm and focus, improving collaboration and reducing conflicts among teams. That's right. To extend this into Vedic practices, I would suggest the use of Sandhya Vandanam and Trikal Sandhya for executives at Twitter or X. These practices are designed to bring a moment of introspection and focus at key points in the day, the dawn, noon, and dusk. In the fast paced environment of tech companies like Twitter or X, executives are constantly bombarded with decisions, meetings, and updates. Practicing Trikal Sandhya would offer them moments of grounding and allow them to reconnect with their inner selves. For example, in a scenario where the company is working to resolve issues related to misinformation or the ethical dilemma of free speech versus hate speech, these leaders could use the calm and insight gained through these rituals to make more balanced and ethical decisions. The clarity provided by Trikal Sandhya can help them evaluate the moral implications of their policies and take decisions that align with both the company's goals and broader societal welfare. Another example is the potential for the company to sponsor or participate in Agni Karyam rituals, offering these ceremonies as a way to purify the work environment and reset the collective mindset of the employees. Conducting such rituals quarterly or annually at a large scale could help align the entire organization with a higher purpose, not just profit, but also societal harmony and responsibility. Let's now consider ChatGPT or OpenAI. As a company pushing the boundaries of artificial intelligence, ChatGPT faces unique challenges around innovation, ethical AI use, and data privacy. The speed of development in AI means employees are under pressure to meet deadlines while ensuring that AI technology remains ethical and safe for users. For example, engineers and researchers at ChatGPT often work on highly complex and mentally taxing problems such as developing algorithms that improve machine learning or mitigate bias. Daily practice of Padma Sadhana, a meditative yoga practice that combines physical postures with breath awareness, could help these individuals remain focused and stress free. Even during the most demanding projects, it enhances their ability to maintain deep concentration for long periods, leading to breakthroughs in innovation while preserving mental well being. When facing critical ethical dilemmas, such as deciding how much autonomy to give to AI systems, ChatGPT leadership can benefit from practicing Sudarshan Kriya regularly. This would help them maintain emotional resilience and a sharp sense of responsibility. Let's say the leadership team is in a meeting discussing potential harm that could arise from unregulated AI systems. The calmness and clarity achieved through Sudarshan Kriya would allow them to carefully weigh the pros and cons, keeping societal welfare at the forefront while also pushing the boundaries of AI technology. Another relevant technique is silence programs, extended periods of silence paired with meditation and deep reflection. This could be invaluable for high level strategy meetings where the future direction of AI development is being charted. In such a program, executives could step away from their daily routines, focus on personal growth, and return to the company with renewed clarity, perspective, and vision. They would be able to think beyond the immediate and chart a course that is not only innovative but also ethically sound. Adding to that, ChatGPT could introduce Vedic rituals like the Upanayana or sacred thread ceremony as part of leadership development programs. The Upanayana traditionally marks the beginning of one's journey in pursuit of knowledge and wisdom. For the leaders of ChatGPT, this ceremony could symbolize their commitment to ethical AI development. It could be conducted as a way of formally aligning themselves with Dharma, ensuring that their innovations are not just profitable but also aligned with the greater good of humanity. In practice, a company wide celebration of Upanenam or Agnikaryam could be beneficial for the company. Absolutely. The potential for these tools to transform not only individuals but entire corporate cultures is immense. For Twitter X and ChatGPT, both of which are deeply interconnected with the way people communicate and interact globally, the responsibility is greater than ever before. These companies have a unique influence on societal conversations, behavior, and even policy making. By integrating practices such as Sudarshan Kriya, Padma Sadhana, and meditation, they can cultivate a more mindful and responsible approach to the massive impact their platforms create. Imagine a scenario where the leadership at ChatGPT is facing with decisions Regarding the ethical boundaries of AI usage, by regularly practicing Sudarshan Kriya, they can build inner clarity and remain calm amid the external pressures. This inner balance translates to better judgment and, more importantly, decisions that benefit the larger community. Their decisions won't just be driven by market forces or competition, but will also consider the ethical implications and potential long term societal impact of their technology. Furthermore, introducing Seva or selfless service as part of their company ethos could instill a sense of responsibility towards not just profits but people. For instance, Twitter X could encourage employees to engage in community programs or volunteerism alongside their regular duties. This practice of giving back can reduce personal stress, promote a mental well-being, and foster a culture of compassion, which is especially needed in a digital ecosystem that often amplifies divisiveness. Precisely, and to build on this, Vedic rituals like Sandhya Vandanam could be formalized into leadership practices at Twitter X or ChatGPT, for instance, during moments of high stakes decision making, such as launching a new AI system or moderating controversial content. The practice of Sandhya Vandanam can help reset the mental state of executives, encouraging a calm and holistic perspective. Additionally, the concept of Trikal Sandhya, observing specific mindful moments in the day, aligns perfectly with the fast paced nature of tech companies. Executives could be encouraged to practice this at key points throughout the workday to create pockets of introspection. This can reduce the risk of burnout and provide a mental reset, allowing for better long term decision making. An excellent real world example is Elon Musk's experience with intense work pressure and the often polarizing decisions made on Twitter or X. By incorporating these techniques, he and his leadership team could find balance not only for their own mental clarity, but to ensure the platform remains a tool for good. Decisions could be made with the wisdom and foresight that these ancient practices offer. For example, if Musk, before making a major decision about free speech and moderation on Twitter X, were to engage in Agnikaram, a Vedic ritual that symbolizes purification and clarity, he could find a way to balance freedom of expression with social responsibility. It would help him approach decisions that are ethical, taking into account the broader impact on society while also reducing the potential for personal stress and impulsive actions. Yes, and I think that's a key point. How these practices bring together inner clarity with the outward action. Companies like Twitter X and ChatGPT are at the forefront of shaping how millions, even billions of people interact and access information. This responsibility cannot be taken lightly. Regular meditation or even longer silence programs for their leadership teams can enable executives to see the bigger picture and make decisions that are not only innovative but also sustainable and ethically sound. For instance, imagine if leaders at ChatGPT embrace silence retreats before launching a groundbreaking AI technology instead of rushing toward market dominance or focusing purely on competitive advantage. They could deeply reflect on the societal impacts of AI. These meditative insights could lead to a more balanced approach, emphasizing transparency, ethical use of data, and safeguarding their user privacy. The power of Sudarshan Kriya and meditation lies in their ability to dissolve stress and ego, creating a leadership that is not reactive but visionary. This is critical for companies that influence global communication and information dissemination. Leaders grounded in inner peace can foster innovations that align with the well being of the community, promoting collaboration, trust, and ethical responsibility. Additionally, the Vedic concept of Upanayanam can also be a profound practice for key leaders at Twitter X and ChatGPT. This sacred initiation into the pursuit of wisdom could be adapted to represent a commitment to ethical leadership, where individuals formally align themselves with Dharma, upholding righteousness and wisdom in their decision making. By participating in this kind of initiation, executives declare their intent to lead with responsibility and wisdom. This formal ceremony would serve as a reminder of their role not just as business leaders but as custodians of platforms that affect millions of lives. The power that comes with running global platforms needs to be balanced with the deep sense of duty. Moreover, fostering these rituals and practices within the corporate culture, extending them beyond leadership to engineers, designers, and even marketing teams, would lead to a more conscious, ethical, and socially responsible workforce. Employees at all levels, by practicing Sudarshan Kriya, Agnikaram, or Padma Sadhana, can maintain a balanced state of mind. This reduces burnout, enhances creativity, and promotes a collective effort to create solutions that align with both profitability and usage. Thank you. It's important to recognize that while platforms like Twitter X and ChatGPT are leading innovations in communication and technology, they also face unprecedented challenges such as balancing free speech, ensuring data privacy, and navigating the complexities of AI ethics. The practices we discussed Sudarshan Kriya, meditation, and Padmasana not only help individuals gain clarity and reduce stress, but also transforms corporate environments. These tools equip leaders to navigate complexity with the calmness and insight, which is especially vital when the stakes are high. One practical example could be during crisis management. Let's say Twitter X faces a backlash due to misinformation being spread on the platform. The CEO and top executives, instead of reacting impulsively, could practice Sudarshan Kriya or engage in a brief meditation to calm their minds. This would allow them to step back with the view from a more holistic perspective and come up with thoughtful, responsible solutions. In turn, they would take actions that not only address the immediate crisis but also reinforce trust in the platform, Jayur.